There's a hula behind him, though, if you can see, who's stepping up to take the under-23 title.
West Waterford dominating the pole vault as always.
It always sticks in certain places in it. You always get them out of CBC Monkstown as well. They're always very good in the pole vault, and St Augustine's, Dungarvan in the schools, and Methodist College Belfast.
So the second heat of these women's junior 200 metres our way. Looks like Laura Costello away to a good start.
Laura Costello, Aisling Forkin on the inside, yeah. So
there's a few spare lanes here.
A low field but high in quality. Aisling was in the high jump earlier on. She's on the inside lane of 2. As we have Charlene Maudsley powering away.
Maudsley's coming away from the field here.
Can Lauren Costello hold on for the second spot? Forkin's coming through. She might get Lauren on the line, and she does. 24.55. The wind reading is plus 1.9 on that one.
Just outside the
thanks to Shane McCormack.
24.50 there from Charlene.
As we were sledged there, Australian style. Distance runners were called by the National 4x100 metre
coach. Old Sure O'Donnell here is being accused of being a distance runner, even though he's a 400-metre hurdler. Yeah. But
so another good run. The girls are going at it because they.
This is going to be raining here too, so conditions are getting worse.
It's a serious final. So plus 1.9, 24.55, 500ths off the B standard. Niamh McNichol ran 2 B standards, her second B standard in Ordegum yesterday.
So we just got a quick look at the replay there on that 200-metre heat.
So here's Charlene Maudsley, the Newport athlete.
And Laura Costello dies just in the final strides there.
Just at the end, yeah. Aisling Forkin, who won the 300 metres in the intermediate girls All-Ireland schools as well, just that extra little bit of speed endurance kicking in on the line. So 24.55, 500ths of a second out. Basically, whoever can win this title today, I'd say, can guarantee their flight to the World Juniors. Not that I'm a selector, but...
is that confirmed?
I want to see as many Irish athletes as possible going to the home of Nike and the home of track and field, as it's been so well.
In Oregon.
They've made me believe anyway through marketing, but it is still a serious spot.
Tracktown USA, and I believe Jumping a Gun might be there.
Yeah, yes, Carl Denny, we're going to work on his airfare over there, and I believe Jumping a Gun, the best website for athletics in the world, probably Carlsberg, perhaps.
Unconfirmed, but it must be.
So here we go, more medals here. I think this the
website specifically in Dublin,
catering for
in the world
athletes.
So Kieran O'Cahan, President of Irish Athletics. Emma O'Hara, best of 56 metres ahead of Alice Akers. I believe she's declared for Ireland to come over from England, throwing for Galway City Harriers there. So some good throwing there in the women's hammer, 56 metres plus. So again, can the wind be illegal? And it's going to be a tailwind pretty much, Ger, isn't it, for the rest of the day?
It seems to be sticking fairly constant now behind the athletes on the home straight. So
we're
trying to get Ronan to do something about that wind, just keep it a little legal there.
I'm looking to put up some sort of stand. Yeah. I could do a Flojo effort and stand in front of it. If
it happened one time before. It has been known that individuals have stood in front of wind readers and even put a brolly there, but we're not suggesting that.
Don't name any names.
Yeah.
Gerard O'Donnell.
Apparently that has happened before championships, by all accounts. As we have the under-23 women's hammer presentation.
And we just received news there from Tony Shine that of Leave LSC that it looks like it's going to be possibly another 110 hurdles race for those lads who almost got the standard there.
I think they did get it, but they need a second B, apparently. You might need 2 Bs, I'm not too sure.
So 2 Bs in 1 day will do?
2 Bs in 1 day. B squared.
Guys are certainly good.
We'll check the legal win there.
As all 3 of us attempt to get our Twitter notifications.
Yes, I think Seamus Carey, he's on the march here. There's not much for the competition that is for hashtag #BeThereAI. If you can Photoshop or take pictures, we had some serious shouts out before.
The women's under 23 200 is underway here. Phil Healy powering around the bend. She's going to take a substantial lead into the home straight.
Straight final here. She's won the 100 in 11.6.
That's Sarah Murray there in second.
Yeah.
And Aisling
Waters in third. So you just see what the clock stops at here.
Here we go. 23.97. Wind reading 1.4.
That is legal.
That's a fine run there from Phil Healy of Bandon AC.
Now that 100 and 200 champion. Do you have an affiliation to Bandon, Ronan? Or?
None whatsoever.
No, but what a great run there. Phil Healy wins the
Very
100 and the
really
200.
Sarah Murray in
that bend and
second.
took
But
on the held that lead down the home straight, using that wind and relaxing and powering through the line, sub 24 seconds.
Yeah, getting under the sub 24 second territory. Got a bit of a tailwind again, probably even
1.4 it was a legal wind.
yeah,
so
legal wind. It'll be interesting.
We're
We'll
actually
ask-
going to see that
see
again
that
on a
replay
replay
here.
there.
We can see Phil coming around in lane 3 here.
Looking
Ran a
very
very strong
powerful.
bend.
yeah, great technique there.
You can see the upper arms, shoulders nice and relaxed. She drives for the line.
Sarah Murray in second, Ashley Waters in third place there, clear.
There's Darragh O'Donovan in shot there from Levo with his camera on the replay as we get ready for our next.
Phil Healy looked incredibly powerful coming around that bend, didn't she?
Yeah,
She
her
did,
100
she
meter
really-
speed really kind of.
She got out of the blocks very well. Coached by Shane McCormick.
Interesting to ask them what's the wind like going around the bend. I wonder, is it in
I'd say
there?
it could be a headwind for the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
30, 40
yeah.
metres. The way it's gusting, you can see some of the flags. We have another tweet in from David Somerville there. He apologises. He was late getting on the stream, so he didn't realise this competition, Be There AAI, hashtag Be There AAI, was taking place.
Why were you late, David?
He's
What were you doing?
he's also given another shout out to my mother, both community games aficionados, and long suffering for that fact.
So here's our high jump medal presentation, and that's David Cusson. Hopefully he'll join us now for a chat. He said he'd come up and seemed happy enough to do so.
Wants to get his mug on the TV. But he's certainly high flying at the moment. No, nobody catching that.
Tumbleweed.
Anyone? Mark?
Mark is
from our TV is also
he
very upset.
Mark's looking deeply into his apple, pretending he's not listening to any of this.
Oh well. Hey, I'm having a good time. So I'm very excited to see if they do have another rematch of that hurdles race when we get the whole thing.
It
and
certainly
was
will. We will
Quite the
get
battle earlier on.
Yes, we get the whole race in, and I'm sure.
Endurance hurdling.
Well, Sam Healy, especially, who's already done the long jump, he'll have a bit of fatigue in the legs, but I'm sure he's trained hard enough to manage 2 races in one day.
David Somerville has to work apparently. We're
Had
at
to
work.
work.
We're flat out here.
We are.
So again, complimentary tickets to the GloHealth National Senior Championships as they settle into their blocks here for the.
Yeah, so unfortunately we're not getting much data
Junior
here from
200.
23s. Doesn't seem to be coming up on the Timetronics. But I can tell you
This is the
that
junior
they're-
men's.
This is junior
Men's 200 metres.
Looks like
It's
Zach
a
Irwin
full
there.
house.
Zach Irwin and 4 there anyway.
Zach Ware in lane 4. They're away well. Zach is out very well around that bend.
And a white singlet there.
He's already
Zach
made up the
Irwin.
stagger on the athletes outside him.
So that one is Owen Scully, Henry Griffin, Daniel O'Mahony, Zach Irwin, Ryan Murray, Robert Meyer, Conor Duggan,
So
and Aaron
Zach's
Fenlon.
taking a huge lead into this.
Yeah, so he's
Home
going
straight,
after it in
and he's
this
powering
too.
away.
He's taken the lead. It's a 1.0 wind read, and he's going for a quick one, 21.50.
And 0.8
0.8
on
at
the
the end.
0.8 wind reading, so 2050 is bang on the B standard. Zach already has the B standard.
He's
of
multiple Bs,
21.34, yeah. So he will hopefully be heading on that plane to
He will
Oregon.
will hopefully be heading on it with the B standard.
He's allergic to bees.
Oh
I think.
no.
My Girl. That's My Girl, wasn't Macaulay Culkin
Yeah,
allergic
very
to the
upsetting
bees?
movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
don't
upsetting.
remind me
We
of
won't-
that.
Don't,
It was
yeah,
a
don't
horrible
bring that up.
childhood memory.
Don't bring that up. Anyway, Zach with a big win there. We'll get a quick replay of that.
He runs a great curve every time. You can see him. He's eating up on everyone, and he's only coming around the finish of the turn here now. Away, home and hosed. Now he's starting to drive. He's going to start reaching just around here now.
Yeah, look.
And he goes for the dip,
His usual
21.50.
dive and front crawl across the line.
Dive-
There, as
dive
you
and
see
roll.
his, if you ever see the finish line photographs of Zach, he's always at a very similar pose with arms flailing, but he certainly does all the work
Yeah,
up
and-
and to the
and
line.
Getting another B standard there in not ideal conditions as well is
Yeah.
a very good run. In the second heat now we got William Kennedy, Connor Terrell, Luke Ring, Karen McLean, Shane Cheshire, Dean Power and Stephen Walsh. So I'd say Dean Power, after his 100 metre second place earlier on, could be the class of this field.
Just looking there, I don't seem to see Dean Power there, but maybe he is just elsewhere for the time being.
Could be hiding. I saw him,
So he was wearing some very fashionable sunglasses, so maybe he's had some camouflage clothes on too, and we'll never see
yeah,
him.
he could be wearing grass coloured clothes and
Yeah. Or
But,
clubhouse coloured clothes.
Well, I did see him only about 15, 20 minutes ago, so perhaps he's not turning up for this 200 meters. Could be feeling a bit of a niggle, perhaps. Takes a lot out of you, that sprinting nonsense.
It does indeed. See Luke Ring there getting into gear. And the Leeville gold.
Yeah, I see Shane Cheshire down there from Dunleary SC. There are plenty of cat-related puns to come.
But of course, not to be confused with Chesser of Rory Chesser fame.
Yeah, or Kevin Chesser fame.
Who often gets called Cheshire.
Cats. They don't like that, but I like calling them Cheshire.
They don't like you. I think that's mainly what it is.
Yeah, I heard there was a serious anti-Phelim Kelly vendetta down below in
so the boys are in their blocks for heat 2.
They're spinning out the discus there as well.
It's all go.
We'll go back to that later, but let's
not
focus.
In this one.
So
this lane is empty.
William Kelly in lane 2, William Kennedy in lane 2, Conor Tyrrell in lane 3, Luke Ring lane 4, Karen McLean lane 5, Shane Cheshire Cat in lane 6, and Stephen Walsh has been moved into. He's still in lane 8. No Dean Power. Yeah. Very good start from William Kennedy there. He's gotten out very, very strongly over that 100 meters.
Karen McLean also City of Lisburn as well up there.
And Luke Ring going well there in lane 4.
So Ferrybank on the outside.
So in lane 2 looks like Conor Tyrrell, who is moving away from the field here in his
lovely pink
sparkling
spikes.
Pink spikes.
Oh yes.
And Stephen
like
Walsh.
Shelley and Fraser Price.
Stephen Walsh getting up there for 3rd.
So 22:35 on the clock.
1.1 on the win reading.
So it was William Kennedy there with the win. And Stephen Walsh there.
So judging from the win on the flags here, I'd say that win is going
second.
diagonally on the bend because it certainly hasn't died down, but the win readings are coming up as less strong.
I suppose you look, even if it is in their faces there for the first 30-40 meters, at least it's showing up on the win readings as there's no issues with it up the home straight. So if that is good enough to get there, hopefully they'll get there legally.
Exactly, yeah. It just means they're going to have to work a little bit harder out of the blocks, but when they're staying low, the wind should affect them a little bit less anyway.
Aerodynamic, with some sort of aerodynamic spiked haircut perhaps.
So there's
some sort of fin attached to the back of the vest.
Quick shout out here. So there's aunties and uncles, fathers.
Just got a quick replay there before you go on a rant there, Philip.
Good mind. So as you can see, Stephen Walsh out there in lane 8 and William Kennedy in lane 2. Eating up the ground on the stagger there was William Kennedy from the get-go.
Carl McLean there in the centre of the field just had a quick look around him to see the Ferrybank athletes, just making sure he was getting qualification.
Yeah, so William Kennedy had a really, really good run from the tightest lane on show there today, and a good time to boot.
The tightest lane on show today is lane 1.
No, not in this race it wasn't, because there was no one in lane 1.
This race, heat section.
You jackass.
Anyway, it was a great run, but the shout out anyway, Chris Finn in Portlaoise. I believe we've been told to say hello to Chris Finn in Portlaoise. How are you doing, Chris? Watching your girlfriend, I believe, perhaps?
Connor Daly, who's actually doing the triple jump as we speak.
That is not Connor Daly doing the triple jump. It's actually, in fact, my neighbour and good friend, Connor Daly.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
He's also sending in a...
Can I get a shout out for my boy Brainy and his mom tuning in together right now?
That is my brother and mother, in fact. And Connor Daly, said Connor Daly.
Getting involved.
All watching.
Legends.
Perhaps they're looking for some Paul Robinson signed gear.
Oh, possibly.
Quite possibly,
Did he hashtag be there AAI?
So he did not.
He did not. Oh. Unlucky, Daly.
Can't follow rules.
You're cut.
You can't win the
There
competition.
Seamus Carey's making
good
strides here as they settle.
The competition won the competition.
That's a coincidence.
They're settling into their blocks here now. Off they go.
So Aina Madden in lane 4 here, moving well around the bend, looking strong as he does.
Running the blue of Carrick.
The blue of Carrick and Shannon SC seems to be coming into the bend in the lead. Connor Wilson there in lane 3 as well, pushing on.
So it's Aina Madden.
Aina Madden striding away. 50 metres to go.
Shutting down now.
Clock. And there's been a 22:11 at
0.7 on the wind reading.
0.7 on the clock on the wind reading.
There's been a trend here in this under 23 200. Pink spikes and now a pink kinesio tape on the arm of Manning. So pink seems to be the colour for victory in these under 23 men's 200 metre races so far.
Aina Madden just checking his hamstring there. Hopefully it's in one piece. Famous for hamstring injuries he is. He's just showing his tape on his biceps today. Maybe just highlighting the size of his biceps.
Yeah, they're
indeed
reportedly huge.
Pink laces as well, so there is a real pink theme going on.
He also has purple spikes in his spikes, courtesy of yours truly.
Oh. There's insider information.
Anyway, yes, back to the other Conor Daly, who's wondering when the shot put is on. The men were chucking that steel ball a while ago. Conor of massive shot put claim he was back in the day. Also ran some very impressive 400 metre races. Finished the Connacht Senior Championship in 67 seconds over 400 metres flat. One of his most impressive performances.
And I believe he got a start for finishing said 400 metre race.
He got shamed and shunned and removed from the athletic club.
We've got the discus going on at the moment as well. Just ran the replays. Scanning through them.
So we got the men's under 23s 200 metres getting ready there. See
Cormac Lynch is one of the athletes there getting ready. Famous for his t-shirts from the indoor season.
No sign of his Superman t-shirt today.
He's in there.
Yeah, he's in. He's going to be in lane 6. Got Tony Stafford there, who won the under 23 long jump earlier on in the year. Mark Kavanagh, who we spoke to earlier on as well, in lane 8. So he'll be looking to improve as the season
Mark
goes on.
was sub 22 indoors this year, so if he can get back into that sort of form, he might do something big here and possibly get into the national GloHealth National Senior Championships final at the end of this month.
Quite possibly. Patrick Lynch is doubling back from the 100 metres as well. He's in lane 2. Just give the lane 3. Just give the rundown there. Niall Flanagan lane 2. Patrick Lynch lane 3. Stuart Roach lane 4. Tony Stafford lane 5. Cormac Lynch lane 6. Liam Mulcahy in lane 7 and Mark Kavanagh in lane 8. So the heat 2 of this men's under 23 200 metres. Live. I'm just going to say it to you now. Men 200 metres is on.
No, Ronan.
I think Phelan Kelly is our Eamon Dunphy. Would you say?
He's a loose cannon, all right.
Yeah.
And he is going to wear that dress, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
so they're
does
underway
it look like
here.
A dress?
Tony Stafford out very, very well there from Napians in lane
trying to redeem himself after that 100 metre error earlier where he was disqualified. He's certainly ran the best bend here. He's coming out to the home straight in the lead. Mark Kavanagh is well up there. He's pushing on.
The outside there in DSD.
So Cormac Lynch is coming through the field now. So it looks like these three athletes are clear for qualification. And Cormac Lynch 22.45.
1.8 on the wind reading. So Cormac Lynch, yeah, his hamstring was at him.
He's holding himself a little
because he ran a very cautious bend.
He did indeed, because he's a classy athlete over the 200. He's a low 22 man this year, so maybe he just cruised that bend and pushed on a little bit in the home.
Yeah, so we have a look at the replay here. As you can see, he's in the blue half tights.
Tony Stafford had left him. You can see he looked a little uncomfortable coming around that bend there, so he just relaxed a little on the home straight and opened up the legs and moved through the field.
And then here you kind of can see him puffing the cheeks. Mark Kavanagh of DSD on the outside lane, and now here comes Cormac Lynch. Comes through to take it, and then he just passes, but then he goes and clutches at the right hamstring.
Yes, he's got a final later on as well, so hopefully he can.
Hopefully nothing too serious.
He's going to have some serious deep heat and everything else on that if he's going to get ready for that.
Get an elbow in there.
So here's the medal presentation for the hurdles.
Yeah.
They're considering it, as we see our sponsors.
These are the two athletes who both set B standards there for the World Junior Championships and a national junior record from Sam Healy.
Sam Healy showing the great class of a dip finish there as well at the end, showing how important it was.
Really worked off that last hurdle to take the win.
And possibly these two guys are going to come back later on and race again just to get that another World Junior B standard at the very least.
Under their books. Under their belts. On their books.
On their books, which they have under their belts.
Yeah, of course.
As the triple jump man gets very angry again and smashes up some boards. But we got the junior women's 5K is about to start here. 12 and a half laps.
He's like a frustrated karate professional trying to break boards down there.
Phelan doesn't get it. He's very upset that you've diminished and degraded karate there.
Phelan was
he's a massive fan of Daniel LaRusso, the karate kid.
Former karate specialist, Phelan. I believe he got a yellow belt in karate at the age of 14.
Yeah. No,
you were more of an Aikido man, were you?
Yeah, I was a judo man, in fact. A judo white belt extraordinaire.
Did you see the medal presentation starting up here now? Just tell you there, the women's 5K is on the line there. For junior women, Isabel Karen of Skerries SC, Karen Toomey of Leavell SC, Ciara Rooney of Navan, and Laura Tobin of Clonmel.
Suppose I wonder, should they have a 5k here or should it be a 3k? I'd be more of a fan of a 3k myself. I know World Juniors and all that. Well, probably
junior
World
standards,
Juniors
I suppose
standards,
they need
but
to run a 5k.
there'll be no athletes running a World Junior standard here. I'd be a fan of a 3k myself, but away they go anyway. So
3k is a bit more exciting, isn't it? And it's a bit more of an Irish-based event.
Well, 5,000 is very long for the junior girls. You know, it requires a lot of endurance. Whereas 3k is a nice distance. Isabel Karen.
Maria O'Sullivan in there as well, sorry, in the under 23s, and Joanne Mills. So that's 8.62 and 8.57 are your under 23s, and that one's
so
cut across it there.
Maria O'Sullivan, you can see her there in the Rahini, the green shorts, and then the white crop top with the green stripe. She's an under 23 there. And then Isabel Karen is our junior athlete there from Skerries.
3 rows of 2 going around the track here at the minute.
Yeah.
Running side by side,
It's
similar
very
to Nadia Power.
sociable running from the girls here so far. 3 sets of 2s.
It's like they're lining up for a training session, getting in their formation for a rep.
Batch of Kenyans here.
Apologies for the triple jump sound once again, if you can hear it there in the background. A few technical difficulties with their adjustment of the boards, getting ready for the ladies triple jump. So still very even in this women's 5k as they come up to the 400 meter mark with around 80 seconds on the clock. KG affair. Women's junior 1500 meter athletes are getting their medals here at the minute as well. 4:34 for Nadia Power to take the win in that. Just outside her personal best, is it? 4:34 for Nadia Power.
Yeah, be just outside. She's getting her
4:33, I think
She went off at a.
We were talking about her blistering pace in the Talchi Games earlier in the year.
For the 1500,
Maria O'Sullivan
she went
still
through
up in front of this.
world record pace in 61 as
5K.
They're all locked together here. Maria O'Sullivan and Isabel Karen. Oh,
Maria just points at the clock there to see.
Moved out of their pairs.
Could they possibly get it working by the time she gets around the next 400? But we have our own clock on screen here anyway to give us a guideline.
Yeah, so you can look at the clock underneath and on your screen. And David Cusson is coming across. We might get him up and we'll get him to talk us through his 200 meters or his high jump. Apologies, I'm still thinking about the 200s as the wind has picked up. A couple of the GloHealth stands, one of them has blown over, an indicator of the wind.
Conor Daly just correcting me there about his 400 meter performance was 66.5 seconds here on for 400. He also says he has the shortest ever javelin throw for his national record. He competed in the National League for us and basically dropped the javelin at the end of the runway, but got some vital points, no doubt.
I believe that we can possibly take on this national record of his.
It's certainly a challenge we could set ourselves.
Does it have to go into the grass? Because the line itself could just stab it into the tartan at the end of the javelin. Would that count?
That could possibly be the strongest javelin throw. Try and breach that tartan surface.
Yes. Well, no, I mean, it's like, yeah, just right there, you know, it's right in front of you. Could be controversial.
Could be.
But yeah, Maria O'Sullivan is looking very good in this 5K here. I saw her out very, very... yes, sorry, Martin Lass has also got it into us on Twitter here. He said, don't forget Laura Tobin, Clonmel SC, Sean's sister. We had issues before about members of the Tobin family and us referring to them as Sean's sister or brother, so we'll say she's Laura Tobin and she's from Clonmel SC. Met Maria O'Sullivan there recently in Clontarf. She was absolutely flying by while I was out running myself, and I thought to myself, she must be doing a session, but I don't think she was. I was just running that slow.
Flew by you.
Yeah.
Did you see her out in your run this morning?
I did not.
What time was that at?
That was at 10 to 7. I had to get it in before we left to come down.
That's dedication there, folks.
That's dedication, yeah. That's how you run 4:21 at the age of 24.
Did you run it all yesterday?
Yes, twice.
Oh, that's good. That's okay.
There's Maria O'Sullivan. 9 laps to go. It's the kind of race. It's really a grueling race, especially for athletes this age. Especially the junior athletes here. But a 5K on the track can hurt a lot.
They're going to be sore tomorrow, these athletes, anyway, that's for sure.
Calves will not enjoy this. Normally you see a lot of athletes like not wearing spikes, maybe wearing races as well, especially earlier on in their careers.
You can see one athlete there in the pack with flats on, all right, but
flats, yes. Racers, flats.
Flat shoes, yes.
Would you
no
refer
spikes.
them as flats or racers?
Flats. Flat racers.
Flat racers. There we are now.
Spikeless
shoes.
Yes.
De-spiked shoes. But yeah, it is quite a grueling event, and luckily today isn't a warm day, so it's not going to be as.
It is windy though, so that's not gonna enjoy that.
But it's the kind of event that could hurt you for the summer. All these athletes are sharing the same emotion here. It's pain.
Pain, yes indeed.
There's a great line in Without Limits where they're talking about what all these athletes share, and it's 13 minutes of pain.
Gladly, I've never experienced it.
Without Limits?
13 minutes of pain.
Ah. You're sure you've seen it Without Limits, though, have you?
Oh, I have, of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's a few. It's very short. I suppose very few movies for athletes. Without Limits being one of them.
It is, yes. Pre being another.
Yes, Prefontaine.
Very similar subject.
Very similar subject, yeah. Other than that, you're really struggling endurance with Haile Gebrselassie. And then after that, we're very
You've
much
got Run Lola Run.
Yes.
German movie.
Yeah, Run Fat Boy Run.
Yeah, we watched that many times in school. Run Fat Boy Run, yes. Also loosely based on athletics.
Yes.
So it's Maria O'Sullivan and Isabel Karen together here. 6:47 on the clock. As feel like I'm on a building site as they're
some building site
going hammer and tongs at the triple jump here. They might be
no wolf whistles going though.
No.
There's a flask of tea within sight.
Maybe they're building us a new office for jumping a gun.
Perhaps.
Or a bedroom so that we can wait here until the Cork City's horse on Tuesday night.
So Maria O'Sullivan. Keep getting your tweets in there with hashtag #BeThereAAI to enter a competition for some signed kit from Paul Robinson 335 miler.
And complimentary tickets.
Isabel Karen from Scary's AC is still there, lads. She's
hanging on.
Maria O'Sullivan.
Yeah,
here.
Maria made a move, but now Isabel closing the gap right back up.
And so the official at the start line is giving them their splits. So as the clock has malfunctioned at the minute.
These guys will be the winners of their respective events, barring any mishaps.
These ladies will be.
Sorry.
In fact.
I meant lads, these folks.
These people. These persons.
Maria O'Sullivan is in the under 23 category and Isabel Karen in the junior category. But interesting to see who comes out on top in this one.
So Maria has a bit of a gap. Karen could potentially close later on, as we have still got another good 8 minutes plus left of running on the clock. Maria O'Sullivan, of course, in the green shorts and the white vest and green cross stripe. Shamrock, Raheny Shamrock. The colours, surprisingly enough, do come from the Shamrock Rovers Football Club, who are now based in the Tala Stadium there. And, of course, many fine athletes from Tala on show here today.
Athletes.
And Isabel Karen there from Scary's AC, who've been producing a lot more female distance runners in recent times.
Yeah, well, Rona Pierce, who was running earlier, I think in the 800, medalled in cross country.
Keith Doherty is beside us here now once again, wearing his baseball cap backwards. Will Clay-esque, the triple jump star who was wearing his backwards cap during competition, jumping 1770 odd. Yeah. So let's see what Keith Doherty might venture into the triple jump in later life. Perhaps in a league he might be drafted in for a 110 hurdles, a triple jump combo or something similar.
So he'll be doing a 4x100 relay later on. I think the team are looking for another go at a time for the World Junior Championships, as Maria O'Sullivan probably slightly more workmanlike than Isabel Karen, but it's effective, and she's now built that lead to approximately 20 meters there now.
Yeah,
as they go down the back straight.
Starting to grind away from it. The elastic band has been broken somewhat, and barring any mishaps here, Maria O'Sullivan looks like she's going to keep moving away. She's going to have the superior endurance film over a junior athlete film. You'd expect her to move away over the next few laps.
Yes, and Isabel, an intermediate girl, she's got another couple of years left in the senior category in school, so plenty of years left for her.
She does look like a very classy young runner, though. Very nice metronomic stride there.
Yeah, well, like you say, metronomic, just smooth cadence, just the heel follows through. We'll see when she comes back into shot, so you can see Maria O'Sullivan. As you can see, lower knee lift. But then you can just see now Isabel in blue there. Just a lot more fluid, economical, like you say, the heels coming through nicely and planting under the hip. And she's leading our junior race, and here is Maria O'Sullivan.
Is Isabel wearing spikes?
No, she's wearing flats there, it looks like. And a wise choice there.
Yeah,
as they pass through 10:16, 5 laps to go.
She wouldn't be used to this kind of effort to film over run on 5Ks. It's on the track. It can take a lot out of your calves.
Yeah, that extra 2K.
It's a lot of impact.
It's a lot of impact. You know, if you're talking about a 5,000, like for the girls, particularly juniors, this is like it's the equivalent of a 10,000 meters for a guy on the track. So again, you'd be wearing more of a flat when you're running the 10K. Or a flat style spike, so it's all about trying to minimize the impact on the Achilles and the calves there, and some form of cushioning. And we might have a look now shortly.
See the men's discus is on their way down there as well.
Yeah, that's a Bandon athlete, yellow singlet anyway, Ron.
Yeah, Patrick McSweeney, I suspect, is throwing that one out there.
Throwing it into the net. Unfortunately, didn't get that
so
one.
He's a schools champion over the years, so I'm sure he can redeem himself now shortly.
He's hit the ring. It was more like a ring of fire there. It didn't go out as he hands over.
I don't believe it is Patrick McSweeney. I'll check that.
An Olympic athlete, I think there is it.
The Olympic athlete is entering the circle at the minute.
So we'll scroll back out. We might give us more of an overview. They've got a mile to go. Maria O'Sullivan is in the lead. Here's another discus throw now. We haven't thrown any throws there. That one is a clean throw. Looks like Eamon Harvey is in there in the middle. Kind of measure the mark. There's Maria O'Sullivan. She's a little under a mile to go as she comes around the ringed fence there. Isabel Karen, and we might just go, if we can just zoom out maybe and get a more of an overview of the track. We'll just see where the rest of our contemporaries are in the field. Is one coming through, and Laura Tobin is just going to be coming to shot here now from Clonmel. Anthony, top walker, she competed in the schools, and obviously Sean Tobin, a top class athlete in his own right, as we see that Lee Vale athlete also coming through. Looks similar build to Louis Shanahan.
I'd like to confirm as well that was David Jennings there in the discus. He's in 4th place in that discus, but Michael Hanlon still hasn't got a throw in yet, so he's about to throw there now, and he's the All-Ireland Schools discus champion from last year, so I think he could be the class of that field. With Colin Kingston's leading at 32.84.
A cheer from the stand. Come on, Maria. There's plenty of songs there. Maria, you've got to see her. And here she goes. 3 laps to go. And for Isabel Karen, it's how do you solve a problem like Maria? Because she's 20 yards ahead of her. Can she solve the problem? Close the gap. She's all in blue. She can see the green shorts and the back of the white vest and green stripe of Rahini Shamrock's Maria O'Sullivan. The fluid Karen. We have another discus flying out
Michael
there.
Hanlon there, formerly of Belvedere College, throwing that one out. So he's better known as a hammer thrower, but he hasn't got a throw in yet, so he'd be glad to get that one in there now.
What club is he throwing for?
He's throwing for Dunboyne AC.
Dunboyne. So I was wondering, was it the black band? But no, it's a blue band of Dunboyne and Meath.
And as we pan down towards the disc or the javelin there, I can tell you that Stephen Bailey of Clonmel Harriers is in 2nd place there in the javelin with throw 43.26. Ryan Whelan is winning that one.
So watch this. Here we go. Here's a javelin that's going to fly through the air. We're zooming. Up and down and spiked in.
So some excellent throws there. I think that could have been Colin Campion of St. Peter's. That's quite a good.
So as Maria O'Sullivan comes around, we might hold then. She's going to have 2 laps left to run, and we'll hold on the long jump presentation as Sarah McCarthy is just about to get her gold medal. 5.74 her best jump there for Mid Sutton. Annie Stafford there in second. Oh, she was debating to shake her hand, but then there's Aisling Forkin's dad there going to take the picture. Aisling Forkin from Swinford, DMP in third with a best of 5.30, and Menapian's Annie Stafford, best of 5.50. Forget the extra couple of centimetres there, but 5.74 and change, exactly. So there's the 3 girls. Good jumping. We saw Aisling then in the 200. She should have qualified for the final. And here is Maria. She's coming up to 600 metres left to run. And there could be life left in this leg. We'll zoom race left. There's 600 to run. It's still holding at a steady 20 metres there, and it's slightly gone down a little bit.
Like Isabella is starting to eat in and edge away at that gap. She's filing it away.
And for a young athlete, it's going to give her a boost. Now she knows that the laps are counting down. She's coming up, trying to close the gap. Maria O'Sullivan, of course, is also going to get the boost when she sees the 1 lap to go. It gives you just that little bit of lift to kind of push on again.
But if she's struggling in any way, Isabella is starting to move up there.
She is definitely eating in the ground. That looks like it's down to nearly 10 metres now. The gap is closing.
But Maria's getting shouts from your club mates there.
And Raheny, Pat Hooper, Olympian in 1980 in the marathon, is one of the lead vocalists
and she's
here
starting to grind
for
this
the home
one out.
crowd.
Really,
but let's
hard.
look at this. She is working hard. Looks a little bit heavy-legged. Isabel Caron, the shoulders, they rock slightly from side to side, right to left.
Isabel's lovely style is starting to fade away as well as she starts to grit her teeth.
It's going to be a war of attrition here. Maria, though, is starting to pick it up again.
I think she should be safe, Phelim. Isabel seems to, after that little brief rally now, seem to have lost the yards again.
I think it's more that Maria's been able to muster up a bit more speed there down the backstretch. But again, could something dramatic happen in this final 250 metres?
We've had them happen before, Phelim, like in indoor 1500 metres, Becky Woods and Eddie Hartnett, so it can happen.
It can happen. Probably not going to be enough on this occasion, but Maria O'Sullivan, 200 metres left to run. She is guaranteed to be our GloHealth National Under-23 champion, as is Isabel Caron guaranteed to be our National Junior GloHealth champion. So they pass the water jump now. She's up in the pace. She's not going to be caught. Isabel will pick up the pace, but won't have enough here. 1:20 to go. They're coming around the crown of the bend and into the straight. So Maria O'Sullivan is going to be first cross the line, and our GloHealth National Under-23 5,000 metre champion in the Under-23 age category. The head is rolling, but the arms are pumping more like a sprinter as we see her cross the line. And here comes Isabel. Doesn't have the power for that sprint, but definitely a talent to look out for in the future. 7:42, 7:41:42 by the guide on the clock there on your screen. As the javelin is still flying out.
That's a fantastic run, though, out of a junior film.
Discus athlete is about to step into the squared circle, as they like to call it.
As we tuck into our
it's a tough job for one caravan. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I look at the track? He's flicked back to the discus. He's making his decision who's going to throw first, and it's going to be the discus. Oh, nice little bit of it. That's definitely looked like a far better release than the last couple of throws we've seen. Just ease nicely out of the hand there. Much more spin and direction on that. Second in the Under-23, I think it's Joanne Douglas. And then here's Laura Tobin coming in for second in the junior race. So a nice run for her and for the Tobin family. So showing their wares, great at all distances. We're back in here. Is this, could this be Owen Sheridan or? Here's our discus. Oh, even bigger purchase there. That's a good throw now. Definitely looks like the quality is upping as we go through the rounds and as we've paid a greater focus. And we're going to go to an ad for guess who?
Something amazing happens when you run. Running increases your confidence, giving you greater control of your life. Control is power.